first video in this channel, and today I'm talking about the iPad 4 versus the iPad mini and which is the best for you. I don't own any of them, but I will have the iPad mini soon, but now I'm just doing a comparison in between both. So here we go. The first factor here is the price that I consider being very important. Very important. The iPad mini starts at $329, while the iPad, which is the iPad 4, which is the iPad with Retina display, starts at $500. Just ignore the iPad 2. It does depend for what do you want, but I think that the iPad mini is just a smaller iPad, so I think it's not worth it to buy the iPad 4 if it's way too expensive like that. So yeah, that's another point. But the good part is that the bad part, is that the iPad mini has lots of other tablets just competing with it, and it's much cheaper than the iPad mini. But anyways, it's an Apple product. You can't argue about that. So yeah. Second factor here is the dimensions. We have the iPad mini. It's well, here you can see it's not much, but it's a bit thinner than the iPad, and it's not as wide and not as high. The weight, it's here are here's the weight for the Wi-Fi versions. The iPad mini is 53% lighter than the iPad, so you won't have any problems holding it for lots and lots of hours while you read a book or something. While the iPad, you won't hold it for as much time. The third factor is hardware, which is I'd say is one of the most important part. The processor here is in the iPad mini. You can see that it's an A5 chip, which is also found in the iPhone 4S and iPad 2. While at the iPad 4 you have the A6X, which is the newest processor chip that Apple has ever made, and the iPad 4 is the only device which has this processor, which is both of them are dual core, but the A6X has quad core graphics. The camera are both the same, 5 megapixel eyesight on the back and a 1.2 megapixel front-facing camera. The pictures and video quality are the same. The SIM card is you can only see it on the with 3G or 4G versions. Here you have on the iPad mini the nano SIM, which is also used in the iPhone 5, and on the iPad 4 you have the micro SIM card, which is used in the iPhone 4 and 4S. The connector are both the same, no reversible 8-pin lightning connector. What do I mean by reversible? Reversible as you can plug in both sides and it still will charge. The battery life are both the same. Apple claims we have 10 hours of Wi-Fi while only 9 hours of cellular battery life. Now the display, it's also you have a 7.9-inch display with 163 pixels per inch PPI. This is the resolution 1024 by 768. It's a non-retina display with IPS technology. On the iPad 4 you have a 9.7-inch display with 264 pixels per inch on a 2043 by 1536 resolution. It is a retina display and also has IPS technology. You might be asking yourself, oh, is it bad without the retina display? So here's my answer. This is a screenshot that I got from the internet. I can see the pixels, but it's not bad. I have experience with retina display devices, and in my opinion, I don't mind not having a non-retina display device. It's for me, in my opinion, I don't see any difference. Of course, this image you won't get to see it. It's not the same thing as going to a store and looking at the device, but that's the best I can offer you. So verdict is that the iPad 4 profile is for those who use it for work, who don't carry it around, who leave it at their office or at home, and require the best performance, so they have the best experience to running high-end applications without lagging or things like that. Well, other reviews I saw of the iPad mini, it didn't lag. I had an iPhone 4S with the same chip and it never lagged, so it's not a problem. The A6X is just much more powerful, but still, in the iPad mini you have very good processing power. And the iPad mini is for those who want tablets for more simple things, which, well, the tablets are made for simple things. So the iPad 4 isn't it's kind of out of the concept of a tablet. We are using a tablet for things more that are more powerful in the iPad 4. The iPad mini, it keeps the concept, such as surfing the web, reading and writing emails, some gaming but not much. It's not like those Mac Pros. and reading books, it's much better than on the normal sized iPad. I have an iPad 3 and like it's good, but if you get one a, a chapter book and you put on top of the iPad screen, you're gonna see that the size of the iPad 4, 3, and 2 in one screen is much bigger the than a book's uh, page, and the iPad Mini has a much closer dis- size display, so it gives you a more realistic experience with reading books. Also because it's much lighter. Um, so yeah, there's my logo, and please, if you would rate this video, comment, subscribe to my channel, and follow us on Twitter because I'll be doing more videos still this month. So and so you should be tuned here. So yeah, it's, well, thanks for watching.